Now, are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Are you ready to see the Capo Ace1 up close and personal, stripped down, bare naked? Hi, I am iROCK, and you're watching my YouTube channel, iROCK RC. Alright! Aloha, everyone. Hi, I'm iROCK, and you're watching my YouTube channel, iROCK RC. And in today's video, we get to see the Capo Ace1 up close and personal, stripped down, bare naked. Now let's get to it. Now, what is required to have this Capo Ace1 up and running? Well, basically, if you want all the neat, cool functions and features, you would at least need a 4-channel radio. You can also go get a 3-channel radio, but like I say, if you want the functional LED lights to turn on and off, you would have to get a 4-channel radio or transmitter, and then you would have to get 2 standard size servos and a micro servo. Why the micro servo? Because you get to control the steering wheel, which you have here. Basically, the steering wheel is controlled by a micro servo, or I think it's a 9-gram servo. You know, some people call it. How it functions is basically you have the micro servo here, right behind the dashboard, and then you have your plastic bar here, which pretty much when the micro servo turns, it controls the steering wheel. The micro servo and the standard servo that controls run parallel with a parallel connection with each other, which you have right here. So you basically you connect the wires this way, and then voila, you know. So as the front steering turns, the steering wheel will turn also. So that's pretty cool. Gives that, you know, very scale look, especially if you're, you know, a YouTuber, RC YouTuber, and you want, you know, that realism, showing that steering wheel move. I'm just gonna stick with this front dash for now, and then in the back here you have your instrument panels. So these light up, and you connect the LED lights here, right behind here. Here are the LED lights for the instrument panels or the dashboard. So you have a small one and you have a longer one. Basically, go behind here. The longer one goes here, and then you have a shorter one goes here. And then you also, if you've watched RC Sparks' video, I think on his unboxing or even running video, you do have mounting for your on and off switch here. So basically you can double stick tape, or I think I don't have that part right now, but there's the shifter. I think it probably mounts onto the shifter. That way you can have the on and off switch here to give that cool feature. So that is pretty cool. So this is the front dashboard. Brilliant engineering on Capo's part. Moving on to next is the transmission. The Capo Ace1 comes with a 2-speed transmission. This is, I think, about what I call it was a 41-tooth spur gear, which is pretty small. That equals to higher top speed combined with a 19-tooth pinion. So that's a pretty high speed ratio gear. So top end is no problem. And then people are gonna say, well, it's a rock crawler. Actually, it's a rock racer. But what about low gearing for you know, for that slow crawl? Because it's a 2-speed transmission. You know, the gearing, you can lower the gear ratio and have a slow crawl. So which is pretty cool. Gives you that capability and you know, to adapt to changing environment, road conditions or terrain conditions. And the 2-speed transmission is controlled by standard servo, which you see here. So, you know, everything is pretty, you know, all the servos are pretty well hidden. It goes underneath the seats. So that's how you control the 2-speed transmission with a standard size servo. And then you also have aluminum drive shafts, front and rear. So that's basically it for the 2-speed transmission. Well, one more thing. You mount your brushless or your brush motor onto here. All the weight is in the front, and if people are wondering how's the weight ratio, actually when you lift it up, most of the weight is towards the front. So, which is, you know, a very big plus for a rock crawler or rock bouncer, or whatever you may call it. That way, you know, you want everything to be front heavy, but honestly, it's pretty well balanced, which is cool. Not all the weight is distributed to the front or towards the front, but it is slightly heavier towards the front, which is pretty cool. But you still, in rock climbing, you still need that balance, I would say. And once again, Capo, the engineers at Capo did, you know, they did their homework and the research. They didn't just build an awesome rock crawler, but awesome looking rock crawler, but they, you know, they thought about the functionality, and especially when you're out there in the terrain, and, you know, I guess they always, when they build something or create something, they base it on real life experience, and, you know, the functions, and how it performs out on the trails or on the rocks is, you know, they really look into that. They really do their homework and research. So that's the 2-speed transmission. Now we go to the front axle. Like I said, front steering is controlled by the wires, steel wires, so pretty much indestructible, unbreakable. The cool neat thing about these front steering, if this wires ever do come loose, you can always tighten it by loosening the screws in here. And then, like I said, you folks, if you see my unboxing videos, this is the front disc brakes, cross-tube rotors. They do move, but yeah, the brakes don't serve as a function. They just look cool when it's moving forward or backwards to give it that real scale look. Front axles are aluminum, gunmetal color, well designed, looks awesome. I'm not too sure what the gear ratio is in this front axle, but while you're building the kit, you'll probably have a good idea what the gear ratio is. Haven't opened it, don't want to open it. And here's the rear axle, pretty similar to the front axles. Once again, the cross-tube rotors, disc brakes, they do move, which is, you know, give you some kind of a you know, pretty cool, neat function and feature. You know, Capo does think of everything when they build their RCs. And so rear aluminum housing, and then you have dual spring shocks. From my understanding, I'm not too sure, I could be wrong, you can adjust the dampening and the spring load. Right now the way the springs are, as you can see, it's pretty cool because it has a right, it's dampening and spring load. I mean, and it's not too loose and it's not too stiff. To me, it's the right setting for any terrain. You know, it gives that stiffness if you want to go high speed, and it also gives you that softness if you need that climbing ability or rock crawling ability. It's just amazing how, you know, they perfected these shocks and springs. You know, that is awesome. And they do come with the reservoir, front and rear, to give you that cool look, scale look. So that's the front and rear axles, shocks, springs. Now we'll go to the chassis. You do have a rear gas tank here, which is removable. Here it is, pretty cool. You can paint this a different color if you choose. You can also have it located. Now if you want to put it in the rear, you could. But I think it belongs inside.